Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about how to use R in Google's Colab. I mainly see two advantages of using a website like Colab for running R codes. Number one, it comes preloaded with most of the popular packages, and the idea is that you don't have to actually download and install them. You can straight away start using the libraries. So that's one big advantage. And second advantage is related to running deep learning models. So I have seen many comments on my channel, especially when people are running deep learning models with Keras or TensorFlow. They get a lot of errors because Python was not installed properly or there was some other issue. So we can overcome that problem, and instead of wasting a lot of time trying to run the models and trying to remove the errors, you can straight away start running the models using GPU and things like that. So let's get started. We can start by using this link for Colab that I have provided just below this video. So if you copy and paste, it will immediately take you to Colab platform. So right now I'm logged in as a Google user. That's why you see my picture here. Now, if you click on runtime and go to change runtime type, you will see that under runtime, you have two options. You can use R or Python 3. So obviously I'm going to use R. And for hardware accelerator, you have option to not have anything, like just a regular computer, or you can use GPU that helps you to run codes that are very demanding in terms of need for processing power. So you can go with GPU or even TPU. So I'm going to just select GPU right now because I'm planning to run a small deep learning model, and then hit save. So you have two options. You can add code, you can add some text or comments. So let me just add some text here. So if in case you want to take it at the top, you can click on this arrow. So that becomes the first thing. And then this box is for typing codes, where you can type your codes and run very easily. So before I run any codes, I'm going to simply check what packages are available in Colab. I can check that using print. Installed packages and hit run. So immediately you can see it will list everything and gives you a lot of information about what is available. And you'll definitely find most of the popular packages already included. So you have time series, the related, Lubridate, you have ggplot2, and so on. So I'm going to remove the output and let's add the next chunk of codes. So one thing you will notice on the left side, if you click on this, so this is a folder, and within that there is a sample underscore data. If you expand that, you already have many data sets available. So this is California housing related test and train data. You also have MNIST train and test data available. If you want to use this, you can always write the code to store this data in data, and we'll say read.csv, this one. And then within quotes, we have to give the address where this file is. So for example, if I want to use this California housing train.csv, if you click on these three dots, it will give you option to choose this path or copy this path. So simply paste that, and it may have a header. So I'm going to say header equals. true. So this will read the data into data. And then if you want to just look at first few rows of data, you can say head data. So if you run this, it will tell you that this data set contains several variables like longitude, latitude, house median age, total rooms, etc. So this is how you can read any CSV file that is already available here. But what if your file is not in this list? So obviously we have to first upload. Now how to upload? It's very easy. If you click on these three dots and click upload, and then you go to your desktop or wherever your data file is. So for example, I want to use this CTG file. So I can select and simply say open. So it tells me that uploaded files will get deleted when this runtime is recycled. So they don't keep the file. So next time you want to do this, you may have to upload file again. So immediately your CTG file shows up here. And if you want to use that file, same process, copy path. And then paste it here. So content sample underscore data ctg.csv. And if you run this, now for this data, you get header. So there are 22 columns. So 22 variables, and usually we use this last variable NSP as the response variable. So I'm going to remove the output. Now what I'm going to do is, using this data, how we can develop a deep learning model. So I will show you a small example. I have provided a link to GitHub from where you can get these codes. So once you click on that, it will take you here. And there is something called keras_example. So click on that. So since I have already read the data, so I'm going to copy this part just to see a bar plot. Okay, let me get rid of this. So it reads the file and creates this bar plot for the three values of the response variable. Response variable has maximum amount of data points for category 0, which is basically healthy person, and 2 is pathologic, and 1 is suspect. So this is a slightly unbalanced kind of data. So let's add a chunk of codes, and I'm going to simply copy and paste up to this summary model. So basically we are using this data, converting it into metrics and normalizing, which is required here, and then partitioning the data into training and testing that you see here under partition. And then for the labels, we do one hot encoding, and then we create this small sequential model. So that whole thing we are doing in this chunk. So we run this. Okay, so it says it could not find function normalize. And the reason is that actually in the beginning we need a library, keras. So let's add that, because you cannot run a deep learning model without keras. So I'm going to paste this library, and let's take this somewhere here. So if I try to run this, obviously I will get an error because I have not installed this package. And this error also means that this package was not in the list of packages that we listed in the beginning. So this is not a default package already available and installed. So we'll have to first install this package. So I'm going to add a line for that. Install.packages. And we can say keras. So we need to have 2 quotes. Okay, so it stopped running. That means it has installed the package and we don't see any error. That means Keras and TensorFlow will be ready for us. So let me run this again just in case. and we'll run this. It runs this last line summary of the model as this one. It says that it has 203 total number of parameters, and we just used one dense layer with 8 neurons. So that's what it says. And the outer layer has 3 neurons because we have response with 3 levels. So now everything is okay. So that means we are ready to develop a deep learning model. Let me add another set of codes where we'll compile the model and then fit the model. I'm just pasting this code here. And once you hit run, it is going to run for 25 epochs, and batch size I have kept at 8. Validation split. So 20% of the data will be used for assessing validation accuracy, and remaining data 80% will be used for developing the model. And once the model has run all 25 epochs, you can see we plot accuracy and loss values. So the blue line is for validation, red line is for training, and basically they should be close enough to avoid overfitting. So this is just for illustration. So I'm going to add last set of codes evaluating the model with the test data and then creating confusion matrix. So you can see it gives you loss value and accuracy is about 81%. So 81.7% of the patients were correctly classified in the right group. And you can see 442, they were healthy, and the prediction is that they are healthy. 41 correctly classified as suspect, and 10 correctly classified as pathologic. So obviously it can be improved, but the idea here was to show you how to use R in Google's Colab. Now you can save this file with another name because this is not a Python file. So we can say CTG analysis.R. You should also be able to share it with anyone. You can provide this link and control restriction, whether you want somebody to see or you don't want everybody to see. So obviously those things you can change here by changing the type. So anyone with the link should be able to see, or you want to make it restricted. So all those things are available. Another thing that you can do is you can also print this as a PDF file if you like. So whether you want to do this in landscape or portrait, and then this will be available as a PDF file. So I have not added too many comments, but you can easily do that here. So if you click on this icon here, it takes you back to your Google Drive, and you will see that ctg_analysis.r is automatically saved. So this was a quick overview of how to use R in Colab. And as I said earlier, the major advantages that we get here is there are preloaded packages, and especially if you are running deep learning models and have difficulty downloading Python or making R work properly with Python. So those things can be avoided, but certainly there may be some limitations like when we fit the model. If you are running that in RStudio, you get a dynamic plot. So as each epoch ends, you get a plot for loss or accuracy values. I did not see that here, but anyway, you can use that data and plot anyway. I was able to make that plot by using plot command also. So thanks very much for joining. See you soon.